Welcome to Chapter 7. Chapter 7 is talk about the observation, naturalistic, and qualitative type of research. This chapter is focusing on not an experimental type of research. These are naturalistic type of research. First one is naturalistic observation. So basically, what this is referring to, basically you just observe in the nature, basically. Like as if you remember the time when you sit at the airport and just watching people and kind of seeing what they do and how they react. The best way to describe this, and we oftentimes see this we use this in the animal world when we all the nature show that you watch on the Animal Planet, all of those is pretty much the naturalistic observation when we go in and just observe the sharks, the animals, the baboon, all of those, what we call naturalistic observation. We just sit there and we observe. Okay, we don't have any control. We don't go in and intervene. We just there and we just observe and make our observation. We could do it in a natural setting, so we could do it in a setup settings, either one. Okay, this is more like a laboratory type of setting, contrived setting, and you could see the YouTube videos for both of those. Okay. Making sure that when you observe, you observe truly nothing is hiding. You could see everything. If you're going to use Confederate, make sure that you explain that at the end, debrief at the end with the participant. Let's see. You want to quantify your observation. Since it's not really quantitative type of observations, you actually have to measure these things like the interval, how long you're sitting there, how often you're doing certain behavior, duration of those behavior, or how long those behavior actually last, those kind of things, just to make it more scientific study. You're not just there just for fun. Time sampling, event sampling, and individual sampling. Just talking about the time of when you actually go in and do the research. Okay, different part, different time. And one thing that you want to make sure that you don't have is the observer or experimenter bias. Especially with the naturalistic observation, you could actually gain bias from just watching things as well. Qualitative design, these are non-numeric design, so you are more like putting things in categories in these ones. Okay, so usually are like interview, observation, all of these are considered qualitative. The phenomenology, which is the point of view, the individual point of view. Ethnography is the culture, or what the culture is like. So you can describing instead of putting the numeric values into things. So question 1, you can pause the video to answer the question. The answer is C, the behavior category. Question 2, different types of samplings, and which one is this? The answer is B, event sampling. Question 3, qualitative, what do we use for qualitative? The answer is C, we record words. Okay. Phenomenology, again, is looking at the first person point of view. Okay, looking at the conscious experience of that person. I don't recommend these kind of research, especially with the short amount of time that you are doing. I don't recommend doing any type of research, these research, because you're gonna spend these research you have to kind of thought out beforehand before you conduct them. So ethnography is just being part of that culture. Most of these ethnography and phenomenology. Usually it's a long-term type of research. You're going to be there for a while. You might want to know what these biases are. I think it's explained in your book. Okay. Eager speaker, usually, let's say your sample that you have 10 people and you have one person who just wanting volunteer all the time, just wanting to answer the question all the time, all the questions. So that's an eager speaker. Good citizen is these samples kind of think that, what's the best answer. Not may not pertain to them necessarily, but they want to kind of think, what's the best answer? What kind of question? What kind of answer I could answer to make myself look good, kind of thing. Okay. And stereotype bias is basically from the researcher posting onto the group. Another type of studies is case study. Usually this is 1 or 2 cases, so you don't have a lot of participants. You don't have a lot of people that you use for the study, but usually it's special cases, cases that kind of rare. Again, with the case study downfall, you cannot apply to the general population because what's going on with one person may not apply to everyone else. Okay? 3 different type of case study. You should know these: illustrative, exploratory, and collective. Existing data design is if you're doing a master program or doctoral program, this is one of the easiest way of doing research because you piggyback off of someone else's research. When they conduct their research, they have too many data to go over, and they actually say, you know what, someone else would come along and go over those data for them. This is one of the quickest ways to do your research for your doctoral thesis. There's different types of existing data: selective deposit, selective survival. Archival research are research document that actually been, like I mentioned before, that usually had done before, or they have tons of data. In the real world, we actually have a lot of data around, and we don't have time to actually make sense of all of them. So. Existing data, one good thing is it's because people already do the legwork for you. It's a lot easier for you to continue doing their data. Okay, so and make sure that you don't want to have experimental bias. I think we covered that quite a bit. So thank you for watching. This is the end of chapter 7. And I'll see you on next video.